Hey guys, it is Dusty from My Canine Guardian. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. It is Friday, which means we have our Friday video. So, I'm going to make this a two-part video because I'm sorry, I'm just really not tech savvy. I'm sorry, I'm not. So I'm going to do a two-part video, and I know our videos are very... I need some help as far as the technology and stuff goes, but I promise the content is good and we will get better at it. But right now you're just going to have to hang in there with me. We're doing videos on socializing today, and I'm going to talk about it here, and then you're going to see me in the next video take a dog out. It's his second time out and about. So anyways, socializing is almost the opposite of what most people think it is. You know, you say socializing, you're going to take your puppy to go socialize or your dog to go socialize. A lot of people think, oh, I need to take my dog out and let a whole bunch of people pet it, maybe even give it food and whatnot, and that's what I need to do. That way he understands that people are okay and, you know, it's good to be out with other people and whatever. So that's, for me, a big no-no. When I take my dogs out to socialize, like this dog in the video. So this dog in the video, I'm going to give you a little bit of background. I recently purchased him, and he's a pretty awesome dog. I really enjoy him, but I haven't done a lot with him because he actually grew up in a kennel. A lot of these breeders overseas and breeders around here, breeder in general, normally the breeders really don't do much with the dogs. Sometimes you really have to search for a breeder that also work their dogs, and they don't just breed them. So anyways, so this guy, he grew up in a kennel. He is 1 year old, so he just hasn't seen the world, and which is fine. Genetics play a big part in whether or not a dog is environmentally sound. But anyways, he needs to be socialized. He needs to be taken out and see the world. So this is my second time out with him. The first time I took him to it was like this little pet store. They sell food and all kinds of natural treats and whatever. They are called Whole Pets in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Fantastic. If you're in Northwest Arkansas, great store. I love them. We get most all our dog food from them. We do buy some raw from other places and whatever. But yes, great store to go shop at for your dog. So, anyway, so I took him there, and he was pretty nervous. I'm like, okay, you need to go out, you know. Now, I haven't done no obedience, except I did teach him not to drag me everywhere on the leash. So that's all he's been taught. And today I took him to Sutherland's and walk around. And we should have been videoing, we weren't, but as soon as we walk in the door, there's probably 8 people standing there, and they're just like, oh, what a cute puppy, which is normally what people do. And this guy's there, and they all work there, and he's like, oh, can I pet him? And I'm like, no, I'm sorry, you cannot. He's in training. And the guy was pretty offended, and normally people get pretty offended. But I'm sorry, no. There is no way that I'm going to let somebody invade my dog's space. Super rude, right? I really can't imagine what people would think if you started invading their space, you know, because that's what it is. That's how you need to think about it, because people think, you know, well, all dogs like to be petted, you know. yeah, maybe by their person. You know, it doesn't mean you go out to this strange place and you got all these strangers coming at you. That's going to make you a little on edge. So that is the opposite of what we want to do. We want to protect our dogs and tell people to keep their distance as nicely as we can, and people are going to get mad. You know, that's just how people are. But yeah, you go in and you mess around with your dog, you play with your dog, you show him things. If he's nervous about something, you know, let's work around that, something that he's nervous about. And let's not make it a big deal. Just make everything not a big deal. So, the dog that I took, his name is Batman. He did really well. Of course, he was nervous at first. Pretty big deal, you know, big place. Especially for being raised in a kennel and being outdoors, you know, in your space for however long. So yeah, he did really well. Nervous at first, but by the end of it, he was starting to get more relaxed, and he's learning, you know, he's learning that everything was okay. But I did not let people invade his space. I did not let people touch him. I even don't, like, people will start talking to the dog, you know, oh, hello, cute puppy. You know, I just keep walking, you know, because even that is kind of intimidating and, you know, invading. We are such vocal people, you know, we humans are such vocal creatures, and the dogs, they really aren't, not unless they really want to say something. You know, they're quiet and they give you body language, and a lot of times people don't watch that body language like they should. But anyways, that's just another subject. But yeah, you don't let people touch him. You don't, if people talk to them like, oh, hello, cute puppy, you know, you just keep walking and thank you. You know, you don't have to be super rude about it or anything, but they're gonna think you're rude. But, you know, thank you, and just keep walking. Don't stop and let them continue to talk. Even though they're not touching your dog, they're still interacting with them. And so I just keep walking. And so that's what we do. Hopefully I don't get pulled over up here. Should be fine. I'm just sitting there. But anyways, so yeah, so you go and please don't pull me over. Surely he's not gonna pull me over. Please don't do it. Sorry guys. Thank you. Okay, so you go. If people talk, then keep going. Don't let people touch your dog. And also bring some food or something. Don't let your dog have breakfast that morning. And bring some tasty treats. And try to make it all a good experience. You know, and you don't be nervous. You know, some things might happen. You know, especially with puppies and even dogs, adult dogs that haven't ever been anywhere. You know, they might bark. They might have an accident or something like that. Things happen and it sucks, but it's all part of it, you know, and you've got to get them out there. And as long as you get them out there and you relax, and hopefully your dog will relax eventually as they learn about, you know, this world. And yeah, and that's how you socialize. That is how I socialize. Of course, you don't want to do that, then that's fine. That's your deal. But that is how I do it, and it's really worked out well for us. And it's worked out well for our dogs. But yeah, so you just want your dog to learn everything's okay. And also another thing that even if you think, oh, well, your dog is happy and he likes to be petted by other people, you know, it's really not your dog's job to go out in public and pay attention to everybody but you. You know, don't you want your dog paying attention to you? I mean, I want my dog paying attention to me. I want them to know where I'm at instead of worried about everybody else. Because that's all you're teaching there. If you give, you have other people giving your dog treats and everything else, you're just teaching him, oh, I get stuff from, these strangers, and I need to pay attention to all them instead of my person. So anyways, just a little down low, I don't even know where that came from. Just a little deal about socialization, what it should be, what it should not be. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Like this video, comment if you want, subscribe if you like it. I will post a video too of just me taking Batman to Sutherland's and just kind of showing him the world. Like I said, he knows absolutely nothing, so I didn't really make him do any obedience. Just kind of showing him, and he did really well. I was very happy with it, so I am excited to continue our journey with him. So okay, you guys have a fantastic weekend or whatever it is where you're at, and yeah, thanks.